Good morning, everybody. Yes. So, okay, just forget what's going on over here. Just forget about it first. Because when it gets to Hamatan, virgin hair becomes very, very painful and hard to comb. So, hi, that'll be a matter for another day. So, guys, I want to correct something today. There's one particular mistake we make, especially the mothers. We do make that is very, very I'll call it very bad. It's not good at all. I want to correct that here. So please don't take it the harsh way because I know some people will be like, yes, doesn't it's not much of an issue. It's much of an issue. Yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue. Issue. Yes, a big issue. So, but if I tell you guys, and I want to tell you guys something that led to something that led to something that led to this. So last week, Friday, I went to the health center. Yes, I won't call the name of the health center. I went to the health center for my cousin's immunization. Yeah, I took my cousin sister for immunization. Yes, that's my cousin. I took my cousin for her immunization, 6 months immunization. And then we got there. So before the vaccination began, then the parade, like the nurse in charge and her co-workers, they led some prayers. One of the women that came for the immunization of their babies prayed, and then after praying they gave us some health talk. Yes, they talked about diarrhea and how we can control it, how we can take care of it at home. But if it gets worse, we have to rush to the health center, the hospital, the clinic. Do not, like, you do hear on the radio that if a symptom is sickness persists for 2 days, even after you've tried everything you're doing for 2 days, please go to a higher place. Yeah, go to the either you go to the pharmacist, you go to the hospital, the clinic, the health center, especially the health center, the one that is closer to you. You go there. So after all the health giving, I learned a lot. Yeah, I'll still tell you guys some of the time. Yeah. So I learned so much from them because when you go somewhere, you don't have to do that, you know it all. Why will you do that? We learn every day, we learn from each other. So I got more knowledge when I went there. And then, so when it got time to immunize the children, because it's turn by turn actually, because in the health centers, they do give number due to the number of persons coming for immunization. They give number. They give, I think I was number 5. Yeah, they do give numbers for immunization. So it's done accordingly. So that not if someone just comes immediately, the person is attended to before one that was there before. So this is what happened. And then when I got to my number, I brought my cousin. Her 6 month vaccination is just the capsule, that vitamin A capsule. That's just it. The red one. That's just it. So that was she was given, and no much housing, no crying. Yes, because when you go to immunization, when you go for immunization, especially in the health center, when we went for her, I think 6 weeks or 14 weeks, my God, she cried. She cried. When Penta 2 and Penta 3, they do cry a lot. But I don't think Penta 2 doesn't give much issue like that because she didn't cry much. But Penta 3, she cried and cried and cried. So when we now so when she was just giving the caps, I was thankful to God because no much stopping at home, not no much crying at home. So then I okay. So we took ours, and then I decided to wait because I came with a friend of mine that yeah, my friend of mine that is married, yes. Yeah, don't look at me that way. She's married with her own kids. Yes. So I was waiting for her to be done too, so we can go together. So as I was waiting, because she came to give her son 9 months immunization, 9 months. That is 3 injections the baby will be receiving. Three. Yellow fever, meningitis, and measles. Yes, this 3 vaccination she'll be receiving. So I was waiting, and then but before as I was waiting for her, a woman that also came for vaccination told her, Madam, or yeah, first issue. In English, I'll translate that. Madam, is this your first issue? I was like, first issue? Issue? Like, what does she mean? And then my friend was about to reply and was like, yes, oh, first issue. I will translate that. Yes, that's my first issue. I was like, what's wrong with you? Which one is issue here? Please, I was like, I said, please, not to be rude, but please, that's her first baby, not her. Don't call it issue. We call it first baby or first child. Which one is first issue? I hope you know that issue means problem. So what you're trying to say, this is your first problem. Ah, I was like, no, please, ma, let's stop calling it issue. It's your child. I don't call it first. Call the baby first baby or first child or first son or first daughter. Please, I didn't like the idea of calling our child issue. Maybe before then we do call it issue. This is my first issue, my second issue. But now please let's correct that. There's power in the mouth too. Issue means problem. So you're saying that your child is an issue, is a problem. Which there's power in the tongue, but remember. So if you've been doing that, it's not right, please change it. It will even sound better if you say this is my first zygote. First zygote or first fetus. Anyone you want to call it. But first issue, it means first problem too. This is what I told you, woman. The woman told me it's true, it's true, it's true. Thank you so much. I was like, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So but wait though, if you're calling the child first issue and the person has like 4 more kids at home, yes. So what you're saying is there are 4 more problems at home. Yeah. This is your first problem, and then there are 4 more at home. So please, let's stop saying that. Like it pains when I hear it. Please, your first issue. No, no, no. Call it your first child, your first son, your first daughter, your first baby, your first fetus, your first zygote, whatever you want to call it, your first reproduction, anything you want to call it. But please, issue is not the best word. Bye, guys.